5 years ago, the woman I wanted to spend my life with chose another man. She didn't cheat. She didn't lie. She simply looked me in the eyes and said, "I think he's the future I've been waiting for." I wished her happiness. Then I disappeared from her life. I never expected to see her again. But 5 years later, she knocked on my front door. "My name is Ethan. I met Claire during my first year at university. She was kind, ambitious, and had a way of making ordinary moments unforgettable. We dated for almost 3 years. We weren't perfect, but we were happy. At least, I thought we were. Then Claire started a new job. She met someone named Adrian. At first, he was just a coworker. Then, he became a friend. Eventually, he became someone she couldn't stop talking about. I ignored the feeling in my gut. I trusted her. One evening, Claire asked if we could talk. I knew something was wrong the moment I saw her expression. She admitted she had developed feelings for Adrian. Nothing physical had happened, but emotionally, she was already somewhere else. She cried as she apologized. She said she didn't want to live with regret. She wanted to see where that relationship could go. I wanted to fight for us. Instead, I told her she deserved the chance to follow her heart. Watching her leave that night was the hardest thing I'd ever done. The first year was brutal. Everything reminded me of her, the cafe where we met, the songs we used to sing in the car, even rainy afternoons. Slowly, life became easier. I changed careers, moved into a new apartment, started traveling. I stopped waiting for her to come back. Eventually, I genuinely became happy again, not because I'd forgotten her, but because I'd finally accepted that our story had ended. One Saturday afternoon, someone rang my doorbell. When I opened the door, Claire was standing there. She looked older, tired, but she smiled. After a few minutes of awkward conversation, she finally told me why she'd come. Her relationship with Adrian had ended over a year earlier. She admitted she had made a mistake. She said she'd spent years comparing every relationship to what we once had. Then she quietly asked, "Is there any chance we could start over?" 5 years earlier, I would have said yes without hesitation. But people change. Life changes. So do hearts. I invited her in. We talked for hours. We laughed about old memories. We apologized for old wounds. For a moment, it almost felt like time had stood still. Then I told her the truth. "I've forgiven you." She smiled through tears. But forgiveness isn't always an invitation to begin again. I explained that I wasn't angry anymore. I simply wasn't the same man she'd left behind, and she wasn't the same woman I had loved. Sometimes, love belongs to a chapter of your life, not your future. Claire thanked me for being honest. Before leaving, she said something I'll never forget. I thought coming back would fix my biggest regret. I replied, "Sometimes regrets exist to teach us, not to be rewritten." She nodded, then walked away. This time, neither of us looked back. People often ask if I regret saying no. The answer is no, because loving someone doesn't always mean you're meant to spend your life with them. Sometimes the greatest act of love is accepting that the past belongs exactly where it is, in the past. And once you finally let go, you create room for the future you've been waiting for all along. If someone who broke your heart came back years later asking for another chance, would you say yes? Or would you let the past stay in the past? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Midnight Confessions for more emotional love stories and unforgettable life lessons.